Hello, 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 people of the internet. Ian Altsar, the Freedom Astrologer here, coming to you with another daily astrological report. And we're now for a few days in Pisces moon. So just for some of you, if you don't know, I do these daily reports approximately every 2 days, sometimes 3 days, where I talk about the most important influences going on in the sky and how they affect us here on Earth. And also at times I do a bit of a longer report where there's maybe a bigger and significant event that will affect us for a longer period of time. And I do a bit of a longer report in my dailies as well. But this one I'll do my best to keep as short as possible. So generally for at least tomorrow until tomorrow evening, even Monday morning, somewhere around that range, there's a nice balance of the elementals, meaning earth, water, fire and air, and these planets. You can see that table on my left here. I think it's FAEW, yeah. So you can see where the elements and where the planets are. So a nice balance, just enough feeling, just enough ideas, just enough taking action, just enough perseverance and grounded approach. I think it's a good solid few days where you can take action, feel and know your emotions and heal and have ideas and even use those ideas and create something with it. Now, moon is in Pisces, and I purposefully wore a white shirt, which is a Pisces color. Pisces energy is very spiritual, very borderless, all-encompassing oneness kind of energy. And by now, maybe if you watch my videos, that moon is our emotional life and our feeling life. So if you combine these two influences, it's a bit of yearning for kind of other realms of existence and kind of head in the clouds kind of feeling sensation within us. And our feeling and our lives are full of imaginations, kind of like fantasy. In extreme cases, some disillusion as well. Just be aware of that. Yeah, what else did I write here? Yeah, like really wanting to merge emotionally with others, and very, very sensitive time this time, and very intuitive time as well. You can feel more clearly other people's emotions and feelings, and maybe your borders and maybe your borders are down. You're kind of more open to anything, because Pisces really doesn't like borders or structure or anything. It's kind of a more of a fantasy, oneness, everything is love kind of energy. So our left brain activities, even right now when I'm speaking, I can feel like I'm kind of woozy, like it's a bit of I'm kind of drifting off and on and off, and it's a very Pisces type energy. So it does speak of the left brain activities being a little maybe harder to do and harder to focus on. So if possible, maybe prolong them a couple of days if you can. If you can't, just pay attention to this and pay attention to your maybe desire and your proneness to drift off. So the negative side with this is unfortunately addictions, drugs, alcohol, all kinds of addictions with Pisces moon. I've seen this and experienced this myself. There's a tendency to move towards those things. Now, it's always a choice for us to choose either spiritual meditation, kind of connecting to realms, and maybe doing creative fantasy work, maybe music or something, fantasy art, fantasy writing, or just meditate. On the other side of the spectrum is going towards your own addictions. Unfortunately, right now on this planet, I think it's more to do with going towards addictions, but you can, at least when you know this, you can choose. Now, the moon is also making a conjunction with Neptune, and Neptune is in Pisces, and again, if you've seen, you probably know that Neptune is already, or you already know that Neptune is also a very, very spiritual, very, very similar to Pisces energy. And when these are again, in conjunction, this even amplifies this what I've been talking about, the spiritual, intuitive, healing, meditative, connecting to other realms of existence and seeing fantasy worlds in your mind and yearning and even feeling and yearning for escapism a little, wanting to get away, wanting to run away, and wanting to run away from it all. Kind of escapism is also Neptune and Pisces. It can be that you want to escape literally from this reality for a moment, at least for a moment. This is only a very short influence, but it can happen. So good time for spiritual work, more like a feeling, intuitive healing work, not really intellectual spiritual work, like Reiki, meditation, energy healing, this can be good. Square. Oh yeah, there's a square from Venus coming in for both Moon and Neptune. It's not, I would say it's not too bad because it's Venus, it's a benefic, good, but mostly positive planet. So, I mean, usually worst it can be with the moon is like you can feel maybe some emotional dissatisfaction, maybe some not so pleasant emotions, maybe your relationships are a little, you're not, walking the same path for a second in time, or you're feeling kind of out of sync with your partner. A little emotionally, like they're feeling one thing, you're feeling another thing. It kind of doesn't really match. But it's okay. There will be a sextile between those two in a couple of days. So don't be too discouraged. Venus and Neptune in a square. I mean, this could speak of some disillusions with money. Even losing some money, or maybe misplacing some money, or like overindulging in food, overindulging in kind of beauty, design, overindulging and then going into addictions with sex for sure, or relationships in general. Maybe buying something you don't need really, and you think and you believe you need it, but you really don't. Yeah, maybe too much food and alcohol. Just be aware of this. And also, Sun is in the last degree of Aries. So the last degree in a sign usually gives, the results of that sign it's in. Or when we do a personal or a predictive horoscope for someone, or a reading of a natal chart, then we can say it's also, gives the results of that house, but we won't focus on houses right now. We will focus on the sign only. So it's starting to move from a very fiery and action-oriented initiative Aries to a more fixed and grounded Taurus. So a final rise with taking action, like quick taking action and quick creative abilities, creation abilities is on the rise. Possibly maybe there's an idea still that comes and you decide to take action with it, or you get an extra boost of energy right now, and you just take some action. Because Taurus is it doesn't move so quickly. It's more grounded, it moves gradually. You obviously can create things with Taurus energy, but just Aries is more fast and it's quick and it's more initiative, you take more action. Taurus is more reserved. You might not go, you might not maybe take so much action. So if there is something you need to do still for this couple of days, maybe some action you need to take and take it. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that there's although there might be soon some momentary relief from this crisis that we're all in together, don't get too caught up in it. It's a bit of a longer road. There's a bit of a longer road ahead of us. Move cautiously, move in a reserved way, do your things, create new things, make new things. Obviously this is a good thing to do. But if reports start soon coming out that everything will be fine and everything will be lifted, even if it's for a moment, I wouldn't go too crazy with it. I will do longer videos very soon on what's to come. So stay tuned for those, and I will also keep on the daily shorter ones. Okay, bye for now.